Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Olivia Sandusky.
And I'm Mark Mester. We have new developments tonight in the murder case of 17-year-old Tania Tovar, a Hemet teen who went missing back in December. It's tonight's top story. The murder suspect was arraigned in Imperial County today. Our Alondra Campos is live in studio tonight with those details. Alondra?
That's right. Earlier today, 51-year-old Abraham Feinblum was arraigned at the Imperial County Superior Court and faces one count of murder with a firearm enhancement, which could possibly mean that Tania could have died of a gunshot wound. The plea, not guilty. But before today's court appearance, Tania Tovar's mother was desperately searching for answers about her daughter's disappearance. Over a phone interview, Charo Tovar told us the past few months have been a nightmare that began the moment her daughter went missing on December 1st.
It has been an emotional roller coaster, literally.
Charo Tovar tells us that when her daughter, 17-year-old Tania Tovar, stopped answering calls and turned off her location, she immediately knew something was wrong.
We have been on eggshells. We have been on edge, looking. We have been searching. We have been trying to reach out. It's just a lot that we have been trying to do.
She says she immediately pushed for authorities to act quickly, but found herself navigating multiple agencies and jurisdictions throughout the region.
The hardest part has been not getting the help that I have requested for soon enough.
Tania Tovar was officially reported missing on December 1st, and authorities searched the residence she was last seen at multiple times, located on Harlequin Court in Salton City. In the weeks that followed, Imperial County Sheriff's Department discovered some of Tania's human remains less than a mile from the house, along with a person of interest.
When I did drive out to that house with my children, it was pretty scary. It made my stomach hurt just to think that my daughter have been in there.
On February 13th, authorities arrested Abraham Feinblum under suspicion of murder and resisting a peace officer, but not before he tried to jump the fence of his home. Today, he stood before a judge at the Imperial County Superior Courthouse for his arraignment, where he pled not guilty. For Charo, the news of his arrest brought mixed emotions.
I was ecstatic when I heard that he was arrested, but we still have so far to go. That doesn't mean that he has been convicted. And, you know, we have to wait and see for the evidence. But the reason why I named him as a person of interest in the beginning is because I was following my daughter's social media.
Court records show Feinblum previously faced felony kidnapping charges in Imperial County, but were dismissed in 2019. Feinblum was also previously arrested for lewd acts upon a child in 2016, also in Imperial County. While Tania's mother tells us she struggled to get answers from authorities, Charo found support in the community.
They have been the eyes, they have been my ears, they have been my feet, they have been the muscle.
Nearby residents we spoke to told us they shared everything they gathered with Charo, hoping it would help investigators move faster.
I came out when the mom reached out on Facebook, and I said, I'll go out and I'll look. And I did video of the house and had my camera up, and the neighbors came out and they're like, we saw you on our cameras and we wanted to know what you were doing.
Although Charo says she finds some relief in the findings of the investigation, it is also shadowed by grief and questions about whether more could have been done sooner.
I pray that there is justice. I pray that there are questions answered, and I pray that we can at least have closure of knowing what went on. It's not going to bring her back, but I have to know. I have to know. She didn't deserve that.
Again, Abraham Feinblum pleaded not guilty. His next court date is set for February 23rd for a preliminary hearing. The FBI urges anyone with information about the case to contact them immediately and is offering a $10,000 reward. Meanwhile, Tania Tovar's mother tells us she is planning a vigil for her daughter in the upcoming days in Salton City to honor Tania and her legacy. Live from studio, I'm Alondra Campos, NBC Palm Springs.
Alondra, thank you. We have a local alert tonight. The South Coast Air Quality Management District has issued a wind-blown dust advisory for the Coachella Valley. That advisory is in effect through 7 a.m. on Thursday. However, the National Weather Service also issued a wind advisory for the valley. This one lasts through 9 a.m. on Friday. Parts of the valley were listed at very unhealthy levels Wednesday morning due to blowing dust. Residents are urged to stay indoors with windows and doors closed under this advisory, avoid strenuous outdoor activity, and use air conditioning or air purifiers to reduce exposure. And with the dust, there are some road closures in effect. Gene Autry Trail and Vistachino at the Wash are both closed, as well as North Indian Canyon Drive. We'll be keeping a close eye on conditions, and we'll let you know if any roads reopen.
Let's get a check on the forecast tonight. We have live pictures right now from our Agua Caliente casino camera high above right there in downtown Palm Springs. Pablo Alsina is standing by, and Pablo, with a look at those palm fronds right there, looks like the wind is still sticking around.
Yeah, it's been windy. It'll continue to be windy. Wind advisories until 9 a.m. on Friday. So be careful out there. Palm branches and trees can fall at any time. 58 degrees currently in Palm Springs. Low humidity, 29%. No precipitation. Not expecting any rain at all the rest of today. Maybe some tomorrow, but I doubt it. As far as the wind goes, look at Whitewater Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Wind gusts of up to 30 to 39 miles an hour. North of the I-10, south of the I-10, also wind gusts between 20 and 29 miles an hour. Parts of Palm Springs, we're even getting wind gusts as high as 35 miles an hour as recently as just an hour ago. Temperatures right now, 58 degrees in Palm Springs, 53 in Desert Hot Springs, and it'll cool down a bunch. The dew point's at 35, so very comfortable, not muggy, absolutely no rain in the forecast. And our 3-day Comfort Air forecast now showing no rain for Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Those temperatures still in those mid to high 60s, but soon we'll be back into the 80s, so enjoy the cool. Back over to Olivia.
All right, I'll take it from there, Pablo. Thank you so much. Continuing coverage of that weather as we've been under that wind advisory alert all day. And now we're getting a look at some of the damage to local homes. Our Brett Rosen joins us live in Palm Springs with the very latest. Brett?
Mark, I'm inside the neighborhood of Kings Point in Palm Springs, one of the many areas around the Coachella Valley that were affected by this wind advisory. Right behind me right here, you can kind of see it, but there's a pile of palm tree fronds, a lot of the different debris that were scattered throughout the streets and sidewalks here in this neighborhood. Now, when speaking with neighbors here, they tell me that debris like that is the least of their worries. Take a look. The Coachella Valley has been facing a high wind advisory all day, where not just palm tree fronds are making their way to the ground, but even the trees themselves, stop signs, and even billboards are coming down due to the wind.
Piece of debris on our neighbor's roof.
Joey Ryder and Nancy Burfield, who live in the neighborhood of Kings Point in Palm Springs, were just inside their house when they heard a loud noise outside. That noise would end up being their roof coming apart and landing in their front yard and pool.
All of a sudden at 8:30 we hear this huge crash. And I thought, well, what is that? And I looked out and I saw all the part of the roof had come off and fell by the swimming pool. And then I came to the front and we see all this debris out here. And then all the flashing was peeling like you were opening a can.
Yeah.
So,
and then it was like a big funnel, a big, gust of wind came up, peeling more and more of the roof off.
And within the hour, a third-party company came out to pick up the debris left over from the roof, leaving the two house owners thankful no one was injured.
We're just glad nobody in the neighborhood got hurt or no additional damage to neighbors or anything.
And as this wind advisory will go past tomorrow, when speaking with the Palm Springs City's Public Works Department, they say they already have a plan in place to get the debris off the streets.
We take safety very seriously. The plan in place right now is it's all hands on deck. Crews are roving throughout the city, picking up any fallen palm skirts, palm fronds, and any other debris in the roadway.
Now, right there on your screen, when speaking with Palm Springs Police Department earlier, they gave some road safety tips when this wind picks up again, as well as the rain. Some of those tips being obey road closures, check windshield wipers, make sure those work, slow down driving through strong wind gusts, and keep both hands on the wheel. All tips and tricks is to just make sure that as there's debris on the roadways that you are safe and sound. Live in Palm Springs, I'm Brett Rosen. I'll send it back in studio to Mark and Olivia.
All right, Brett, thank you for that. We have an update tonight on a developing controversy in downtown Palm Springs, where the city plans to reduce the size of a popular parking lot on North Palm Canyon Drive to make room for a new fire station. Business owners are pushing back, but today we heard directly from the fire chief about why he says this upgrade is necessary. Flyers line storefronts along North Palm Canyon Drive, urging residents to sign a petition to save the parking lot that serves about 35 businesses. Some nearby property owners are saying they were not properly notified and they feel left out of this process. But this morning, Palm Springs Fire Chief Paul Alvarado showing NBC Palm Springs conceptual designs for the proposed station ahead of Monday's open house at Station 1. He says the current facility no longer meets the operational needs and that community input will play a key role moving forward.
Fire Station 1, this is a Class 1 historic building, an Albert Frey building, and it's provided great service for the community over the past 70 years. But as the city has grown and our buildings are getting taller and our population is increasing, the demands for the fire department have also increased. What's important to really communicate on Monday is that this is very conceptual. What I want to show our city council and our community is a new modern fire station will work at this location. But we're open to new ideas. We saved as much parking as we can for the surrounding businesses, but there's still more room within our design to provide more parking. And I want to make sure that I hear from our community on Monday and they let me know about that.
The open house will take place at Fire Station 1, that's located at 277 North Indian Canyon Drive on Monday, and it runs between 4 and 6 p.m. The public is encouraged to come tour the facility, speak with the fire department officials, and give your input. Coming up next here on NBC Palm Springs, an acclaimed awards ceremony has arrived here in the desert for the first time. We have the full story coming up right after the break.
Also tonight, the final round of the Prestige Collegiate Golf Tournament over at PGA West was canceled today, but that did not stop a surprise award from being presented. Caitlin Kelly's got the details. That's coming up in sports.
And we have a quick look at your gold and silver prices on this Wednesday evening. Those headlines and Pablo's full forecast still ahead, so stay with us.
Committed to covering our community. You're watching NBC Palm Springs at 6.
A prestigious prize is coming to Modernism Week. It's the 2026 World Monuments Fund Knoll Modernism Prize. And for the first time ever, it's being awarded outside of New York City. The prize honors contemporary architects and preservationists who demonstrate innovative and replicable approaches to conserving modernist architecture globally. This year, the prize will be awarded to architects An Australian architecture firm responsible for the decade-long $60 million restoration. Architects, along with local experts, restored the building's concrete structure, millions of mosaic tiles, and hundreds of original pieces of furniture designed by Arturo Mezzadini.
It was a natural move to bring an award that focuses on celebrating the preservation of modernist architecture to a place where there is a lot of modernist architecture and a lot of people who are very passionate about this type of work.
The internationally recognized award ceremony started at 4 p.m. this afternoon and the Palm Springs Art Museum's Annenberg Theater.
Classic cars and custom rides are rolling into La Quinta Community Park this weekend for the annual Hot Rod and Custom Car Show. The event is hosted by the Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce in partnership with the City of La Quinta. It runs Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. and is free to attend. Visitors can check out street rods, classics, sports cars, plus some food vendors, drinks, entertainment. Organizers say it's a family-friendly way to celebrate car culture while spending the day outdoors near Old Town La Quinta. For more information about the event, you can contact the Greater Coachella Valley Chamber of Commerce. We've got the number right there at the bottom of your screen. Pablo's full forecast right after this break. Welcome back. Before we get into our full forecast, while we've had cooler temperatures and rain here in the Coachella Valley, Big Bear Mountain has snow. Our friends at Big Bear are sending us this video today. Earlier this morning, winter service vehicles cleaning the roads after the heavy snowfall, getting ready for visitors who I'm sure will take advantage of the beautiful white powder, but some gorgeous views in our nearby mountains.
Happy Wednesday, I'm Pablo Alsina looking at this live Walter Clark cam shot. Already nighttime in the valley. Not much wind in those trees right there, but it has been pretty windy and it will continue to be windy up until Friday. Temperatures will also continue to be cooler than normal. Usually we should be at 74 degrees. Today a very gorgeous 64 degrees. The record low 30 back in 1956. We weren't the hottest in the Southwest. Palm Springs at just 64. Yuma has us beat. They were at 68, the hottest in the area. High temperatures that we saw, Palm Desert just a 66. Palm Springs at 64, up in Joshua Tree just 46, and up in Big Bear they're in the 20s, 26 degrees, and yeah, 30 inches of snow. Feels like winter up there for sure. But look at the winds I mentioned. Even Palm Springs now getting wind gusts of up to 25 miles an hour. Whitewater and Cabazon 18 miles per hour, so also be careful walking underneath trees with branches flying all over the place. At 6 p.m. we were around 56 degrees. By midnight we're going to cool off around 10 degrees. We'll be in the mid 40s. Gorgeous night to go outside and look at the stars. They should be shining beautifully. Low temperatures around 45 in Palm Desert, India and Thousand Palms all around 45. Idlewild very cool at 34, and up in Big Bear they're going to get down all the way to 20. Our 7-day Comfort Air forecast, gorgeous for Thursday, maybe a slight chance of rain, but I don't think so. Low 60s Friday, mid 60s, and then we're going to start heating up for Saturday and Sunday, staying in those 70s. But look at next week, starting Monday, we are back to the 80s, 83 and 84 degrees. So yeah, play some Prince and Madonna. The 80s are back on Monday.
And now, NBC Palm Springs Sports with Caitlin Kelly, powered by Agua Caliente Casino.
Hughes for Boldy. Now Quinn Hughes. We played 3.5 minutes in overtime. Quinn Hughes shoots. He scores! He scores! Quinn Hughes.
An epic overtime victory for the U.S. men's hockey team this afternoon. Quinn Hughes found the back of the net at the end of about the 3.5-minute mark of the overtime period. The USA will face Slovakia in the semifinals on Friday. And in some hockey news a little bit closer to home, Firebirds forward David Goyette has released a statement after it was announced yesterday he will serve a 20-game suspension for testing positive for performance-enhancing substances. The 21-year-old statement, which is not a statement made through the Firebirds organization in any way, was put on the X platform and posted on his personal personal account. It reads in part, "I did not knowingly or intentionally use any prohibited substance, and I have never tried to gain an unfair advantage. However, I understand I'm responsible for what enters my body, and I accept the league's decision. I'm sorry to my teammates, the organization, and the fans." Goyette will be eligible to return after his 20-game suspension on April 20th. And in more Firebirds news, the team announced today they have signed defenseman Drake Bergen to a professional tryout. Bergen has played in 48 games for the Kansas City Mavericks this season, and while he will take warm-ups tonight, officials with the Firebirds organization have confirmed he will not be in tonight's lineup. Firebirds play away tonight against the Bakersfield Condors, who are 2 points ahead of the Birds in the Pacific Division. Tonight would be a huge win to help catapult them in the standings. Puck drop for that game is at 6:30. And in the third and final round of the collegiate golf tournament, the Prestige, it was canceled today due to high winds. The winners after day 2 were crowned the champs, which includes Stanford winning the team trophy and Oregon Duck Aiden Kraft winning the individual title. But the real surprise of the day was friend of NBC Palm Springs and award-winning journalist with the Desert Sun, Larry Bohannon, being presented the Prestige Media Legacy Award. Tournament director Mark Weissman tells us it was Larry's dedication of covering the Prestige and bringing collegiate golf to the readers of the Coachella Valley and beyond that earned Larry the award. Congrats to Larry, and congrats to all the athletes who walked away with trophies on the Greg Norman course at PGA West today. That'll do it for sports. I'm Caitlin Kelly.
And now the Agua Caliente Entertainment Report, brought to you by Agua Caliente Casinos.
Academy Award-winning actress Michelle Yeoh was honored today with a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. The Wicked and Everything Everywhere All at Once star has been in the industry since the 1990s. The Malaysian-born Yeoh began her acting career starring in Hong Kong action films, including the blockbuster hit Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon. The 63-year-old has appeared in more than 70 films and TV projects. Asian directors John M. Chu and Ang Lee have worked with Yeoh over the decades. They were also in attendance today. We'll be right back.
Brighter Side of the News is brought to you by Fiesta Kia. Discover the all-new Fiesta Kia located in the I-10 Auto Mall.
Music superstar Bad Bunny will take on his first leading film role in the historical drama Puerto Rico. The film is described as an epic Caribbean Western inspired by true events surrounding Puerto Rico's origins. Edward Norton, Javier Bardem, and Viggo Mortensen will also star in the movie. A release date has not yet been announced. Bad Bunny, though, certainly has been busy this month. He performed the Super Bowl halftime show not too long ago, and he made history at the Grammys as the first Spanish-language artist to take home Album of the Year. So I guess the question is, what can't he do?
He's also a pretty good wrestler.
Oh.
He wrestled in WWE, did some amazing tricks. Yeah, and he sold out stadiums all across the world. So well done, Benito Ocasio.
Did not know that.
It's his world. We're just living in it.
Yeah.
At least
Debí
right now.
tomar más fotos.
Back tonight at 11. Wheel of Fortune coming up next.